All right, we're gonna start with our toe lifts. Good, so lift and lift. So today we've got 3 circuits, and each circuit has 3 exercises. We're gonna do 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, and we're gonna do 3 rounds. All right, heels up, right, and left. So each circuit is gonna have a lower body exercise, an upper body exercise, and then a core exercise. Good, 4, 3, right leg, we're gonna swing. So take it front to back. And if you need to hold on to something, please do. On the way back, we think little glute squeeze, and on the way to the front, it's a little bit of a braced core. Switch it to the other leg. So swing and swing. So this is one, if you've got to hold on to something, you're good to go. 4, 3, 2, switching over to the other side, out and in, out and in. And if you can cross the midline of the body just a little bit, that's going to get a little inner thigh. If you can make it bigger, great. 3, 2, let's switch it over to the other leg. So out and in. I want you to think about that hip. A lot of times we start to turn our toe out towards the corner. I want you to keep it pointing forwards. 3, 2, switching sides, hip circle. So heel down, toe up. Keep that leg nice and close to your side. Change direction, circle. Good, 4, 3, switching to the other side, circle. So keep it nice and close instead of letting it come out to the front. Change direction, circle. 4, 3, hold it in the center, slow deadlift, hinge it forwards, stand up nice and tall. Good, so hinge, 2, up, 2. So just push it forward and then come back up. This is a good one. You can even think, make a little finger sandwich with your fingers right in the crease of your hips. You want to just nice, good stretch, backs of the leg. One more. All the way up, slow squat. Sit it down, come up nice and tall. So sit, 2, stand, 2. One more. We're gonna speed it up and add an arm circle. So take it down, up, circle it around. One more, down, up, switching sides is what I wanted to say. Not one more, we're gonna keep going right here. Good, so down, up, nice good circle. Your circle doesn't have to be as big as mine. It can be a little out to the side. It just depends on how your shoulders are doing today. Good, drop, lift. Now last one. Forward step and reach right here, forward step, pull it back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 4, 3, 2. We're gonna slow it down, add a turn. So down, turn, center, and back. Down, turn, center, and back. Hard part is, like me, try not to fall over. Little core rotation. If you can go deeper into your lunge, great. If you need to stay a little bit taller, that's okay too. Couple more. Forward, turn, center, step back. Side lunge, step it out to the side, hold it here. Just a nice good side to side, stretching out those inner thighs. 8, 7, 4, 3, hold it in the center. We're gonna hinge it forward. We're gonna reach the right arm towards the floor, and then we're gonna come back up in the center. We're gonna do a little reach, and then we're gonna come back up in the center. So we don't have to go all the way down to the floor. This is a little bit like an open book. So just a little bit of a reach, open your other shoulder back behind you. You can even just put your hand on your thigh if you need to, a little bit of support. This one's slow and steady. Good, last one for me. Little turn in the center, hands on the thighs, sit the hips back, cat-cow, inhale, exhale. Good, in and out. So it's just a little arch of the back, and then we pull the belly button in. If you don't want to do the arch in the round, we know you can always just do a nice good belly breath. Roll it all the way up into the center, side step, press it back. Definitely feeling my chest and my shoulders today. I'm trying to think what we did yesterday. 4, 3, hamstring curls, tricep, press it back. Here's 4, 3, 2. All right, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Grab a quick drink of water. All right, 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. 3 exercises, 3 rounds. We're gonna do 1 squat, 1 lunge, 1 squat, 1 lunge. Then we're gonna do rows, and then we're gonna do standing obliques. So we're gonna do right side round 1, left side round 2, and then round 3 we're gonna alternate. So grab a dumbbell or 2 that you feel comfortable doing 1 squat and 1 lunge with. So you can alternate your lunges, or you can do round 1 right, round 2 left, round 3 alternate. It's completely up to you. Let's go ahead and bring it up. 40 seconds work in 3, 2, and 1. So we've got 40 seconds, 1 squat, 1 lunge. So squat it down, and then we're gonna lunge it to the back. Squat it down and lunge. I'm gonna go ahead and alternate today. That's because my knee is kind of fussy. So I'm just gonna kind of listen to it, see how it's going. It's just twingy. Everything is going great, but I've just got that one spot that doesn't feel amazing today. And it'll probably feel fine when class is done. Good, 10 seconds. So 1 squat, 1 lunge. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest, 10 seconds. We're gonna go for rows. So just a basic row. 3, 2, and 1. So hinge it forward. Same rule applies. If you want to alternate, you can do round 1 right, round 2 left, round 3 both, or you can do alternating right left for all 3 rounds, or you can do like I'm doing right now, do both arms for all 3 rounds. So it just kind of depends how you're feeling today. Nice, good squeeze. Now we want to make sure that we're not arching our back when we do our rows. We also want to make sure we're not rounding our spine here. So you can see my upper back is pretty rounded. My shoulders are collapsed in. Here's 2 and 1. I want to try to avoid that. All right, standing obliques. We're going to shift our weight into our right leg. Point your left toe. We're going to bring elbow to knee and reach. Elbow to knee and reach, or shoulder towards your opposite thigh, or ribs towards your opposite hip. Your challenge is to try not to shift your weight. I want you to balance on this standing leg. So we're getting balance work in addition to a little bit of core. If you don't want to do the little bit of oblique that we're doing, you hold it steady and you just don't move your core. But if you can, good reach. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Going back, squats and lunges. Round number 2. If you did round 1 right, switch to your left on this round. Good, time's on. So feet down. I'm gonna do a forward lunge, just because how I'm set up. But if you need to keep doing reverse lunges, that's okay. Good, so squat, lift, lunge, and bring it back. So slow and steady. We're focusing on strength today, so we're not going for speed. I want you to lift a little heavy. Your heavy is different than mine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest, 10 seconds. We're gonna go back for our rows. Here's 3, 2, and 1. So tuck your ribs, brace your core, shoulders down and back. Dumbbells stay close to your body. Sometimes we think we gotta go out and then pull back. Letting those arms go too far forwards past your toes, it's going to put more stress on your low back. So hold that deadlift position, hinge it back. Nice, good squeeze. Lifting the dumbbells. Start with your shoulder blades, squeeze them together, then bring the arms up towards your hips. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down. You're gonna go for those obliques. And if you've got to hold on to something, great, but I want you to shift your weight into your left leg. Arm is up, little rotation, bring it back in. Rotate, little crunch, and it's not very big. So if I turn, you can see I'm not doing a lot of movement with my spine, but I'm still thinking about my core. Exhale when I crunch, and it's just a little tightening of that tummy. You can absolutely have your hand lower. So if you're just thinking my shoulders are not feeling it today, that's all right. Bring it here and tap. So hold your balance on this standing leg. That's the hard part. Good. Bring it in, shake it out. Squats and lunges, one more set. Here's 2 and 1. So nice, good squat. We're gonna step it back, drop the back knee towards the floor. Your squat depth, your lunge depth is a little bit different. You always wanna go, you can go until you feel just a little stretch, but you don't wanna go until you feel pain. So everybody's a little bit different on that respect. But you also wanna find ways to try to move your joint through its full range of motion in a pain-free way. So you start small, gradually try to work your way up to a little bit bigger. It just takes time. Here's 2 and 1. We've got rows. So think about when we do deadlifts, little tail feather tuck. We're gonna hinge it forward. Your time is on. So you can alternate. You can do both at the same time. So I run my hand right up my thigh. So I go from my knee right to my pelvis. And I always tell people, I know people hate mirrors. Like in the workout rooms, I taught classes where nobody wanted to face the mirror. The mirror is a tool, that's all it is. Just like your dumbbells, it's a tool. We can't see each other from the outside ourselves. Good, rest. Dumbbells down. We're getting ready for alternating obliques. You can't see ourselves from the outside, right? So that's what a mirror is for. It's a tool. Here we go. So rotate and rotate. Slow and steady. This is core focused. Don't have to fly through these. Arms can be here if that's what you're feeling today. So bring it up, pull, reach, and pull. This is another one where we're trying not to do like big wobbles. I want you to think about those legs at the same time. You're stabilizing your lower body, using your core to lift. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk around, grab a quick drink of water. We're gonna move on to circuit number 2. All right, deadlifts. Nothing fancy, basic deadlift. Second exercise, curl to press or curl side raise. So if you don't want to do the overhead, you're going to do a side raise. We're going to do planks, or you're going to do a weighted march if you want to stay standing for that one. So nice, good deadlifts, 40 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. So remember our core position, ribs tucked, little tail feather tuck, push the hips back, stand up nice and tall. I want you to imagine, again, you've got a corset on, you've got your Spanx on, no movement between your head and the top of your pelvis. So there's no movement of your upper back, no movement in the low back and the core. This is all hamstrings and glutes. Crack a walnut under your arms. So you're holding those arms close to your body. Dumbbell goes straight up and down. 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. Bicep curl, overhead press, or bicep curl, side raise. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So curl, press, and bring it down. You can do this with one dumbbell, holding it on the ends, but I encourage you to do this with one dumbbell in each arm, in each hand. Why? That means that your arms have to work independently, which means your strong arm can't take over. That tends to happen. Or sometimes you have one shoulder that works great and one shoulder that doesn't. If you are doing one dumbbell and holding it on the ends, that weaker shoulder might be kind of holding back the other one just a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. All right, planks or weighted marches. Planks or weighted marches. Incline planks are great. Here's 2 and 1. And nothing fancy today. I just want you to hold your plank. That's it. Just hold your plank. So you don't have to do shoulder taps or leg taps. I want you to focus on the best plank that you can do. Now, if that means it's an incline plank, that's okay. Incline plank, shoulders down, heels lifted. Just make sure that we're not here. So if you feel like your buns are pushing up and your ears are dropping between your shoulders, I want you to bring the hips forwards, pull the shoulders down. Maybe you need to go a little forwards. Good. 3, 2, 1. Carefully walk yourself all the way back up to a standing position. Deadlifts, round number 2. Here's 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to hinge it back. We're going to bring it up nice and tall. So hinge and lift. So think about dumbbells going straight up and down. We're keeping them close to our body. Remember, when we're lifting something, especially if it's heavy, we want it close to our body, close to our center of gravity. It's going to make it just, from a physics standpoint, it's going to make it a little bit easier to pick that item up. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest, curl to press, or one curl, one side raise. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Soft knees, core braced. This is one, if you've got kind of sketchy shoulders, I would go light. Make sure that you're not lifting too heavy here. And then think about your shoulder position. If you show me your elbows and you show me your pinkies, it's a little bit more of a shoulder safe position versus having the arms up and then showing me the inside of your arms. So it just depends how your shoulders are doing today. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. You're gonna go for those planks, or if you're staying standing today, grab a dumbbell or two and you're gonna do weighted marches. You're thinking about that core. Time is on. Shoulders down and back. So if you look at my body position, my shoulders are over my wrists. I'm not letting them go back. My hips are in line, so my back looks kind of flat. It's not gonna be a perfect angle down to my feet. We don't wanna drop our hips, but we also don't wanna lift up really high. So just a nice good hold. If you need to, start on your toes, and then just lower the knees down. Nothing else changes, just where your knees are. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk yourself back up. We have one more set, and then we're gonna go down to the floor for round number 3, or circuit number 3. Let's do our deadlifts right here. So shoulders down, core braced, hinge it, and then lift. Today is it's strength focused, a little more isolation work. Legs tend to be stronger than upper body, so we might be able to go a little heavier than you think you can here, because we're just using those big muscles. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, curl to press or curl to side raise. So if I turn my body sideways, soft knees, tuck my tail feathers, curl, press, down, and down. Nice, good reach. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can palm up, curl, and then rotate and show me your nails. So this is an option. It's a little bit more challenging, for your shoulders. Good. We've got 10 seconds to go. Sometimes lifting is just so much thought. 2 and 1. All right, we have our planks. Planks, weighted march, incline planks are great. 3, 2, and 1. So nice, good plank. Think about your hands as well. So when we do our planks, spread your fingers. Try to have your weight evenly distributed across the entire palm of your hand. If your wrists are causing issues, roll up a mat underneath the heel of your hand. That's going to take some pressure off of those wrists. The higher the object tends to be, makes it a little easier. So you can start with a yoga block, and then you can work your way down. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully bring it down. Give yourself a little bit of a break. We're going to be down on the floor. We're going to be on our backs for the entire segment. We're going to do a bridge with a chest press. We're going to do skull crushers, and we're going to do crunches with leg lowers. If you're staying standing, banded chest press. Okay, you can do a banded chest press with a butt kick if you want to, or just your banded chest press. Skull crushers, you can do a kick back or an overhead extension. And for the crunch with the leg lower, you can do a mummy. So you're just going to do the leg lift and lower. But we're going to go ahead and take it all the way down. So have those dumbbells ready and accessible. We're going to start with the chest press, and with the bridge, I'm going to hold my bridge. If you don't want to hold your bridge, you can do a lift and lower, or you can just keep your hips on the floor. Focus is kind of on the chest press, but I wanted to give you an option for a lower body exercise. But all the way down onto your back, bridge with a chest press in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to carefully pick up those dumbbells. We're going to lift up into a bridge. I'm going to hold my bridge, and I'm going to do my chest presses. So holding a bridge, get a little glute work in there. Nice, good push. More shoulder safe exercise, but also a little bit more triceps, is to have your elbows close to your body and your palms facing in. If you can open the shoulders a little, have your thumbs forming the top of a triangle and your pinkies point towards the corners. That's a little more chest, a little less tricep. 2 and 1. Skull crushers. Again, if you can, 1 dumbbell in each hand. 2 and 1. So arms up, slowly lower, and then lift it back up. So lower the dumbbell, lift it back up. If you're standing, an overhead extension or a tricep kickback will work just as well. Just a little bit of a different position. So dumbbell down, dumbbell up. Bend the elbow, straighten the elbow. Got 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully set the dumbbells down. We're just going to do a nice basic crunch with a leg lower. So this is basically, I'm going to lift up, reach for my toe, and then I'm going to come back down again. So you can reach for your toe. You can have arms by your ears. So this kind of like a jackknife, or this kind of reminds me of alligator jaws. We're going to open and close, or hold your upper body steady and just do the leg lift and lower. So if you don't want the rounding and the flexion in your spine, either head up or head down, leg lift and lower. Good, 10 seconds. Two, and one. Going back for our chest press, round number 2, with or without that bridge. 2, and 1. Lift it up, hold that bridge, squeeze the glutes, core is braced. So lifting the entire body, so the legs from your knees through your hips all the way to your shoulder blades, all lifts up as one piece. So we want to try not to let the low back round, just a nice good push. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Deep breaths. Got 5 seconds. Good. Dumbbells down, switching to a different set. I'm going for my skull crushers. So, arms pointing up towards the ceiling. Keep those elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. Bend and then straighten. Find that range of motion. If you can get at least to 90 degrees or upper arms or lower arms, forearms parallel to the floor. But if you can get the dumbbell closer to the floor, great. Just depends. Sometimes if you have tiny dumbbells, it's a little bit harder. So slow lower, nice good lift. Now I'm already feeling my triceps today, so round 3 I might have to alternate. We'll see. But we have less than 10 seconds. We're almost done here. Rest, dumbbells down. We're gonna do our crunch with our leg lower. If you're standing, we're gonna do that mummy. So we're gonna start upper body up, leg is up, and then we're going to lower the crunch, lower the leg, lift the upper body crunch, lift the leg, almost like you're trying to take your nose to your knees, but we don't want to crunch and curl and really drop our nose down. So try to keep it nice and straight, lift and lower. If you don't want to do a straight leg, bend the knee, still lifting and lowering from the hip, you just have a shorter lever. Good, 5 seconds. Good, rest. We have one more set of all 3 of those exercises. Bridge with a chest press. If you're standing, banded chest press. Good, time's on. You can do an incline push-up if you would like. Just something to work on your chest today. Nice good inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. The most important thing is you're breathing. We just don't want to hold our breath. We want to go slow and controlled so that when we're breathing with our rhythm, we don't hyperventilate, because that's no good either. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in, going for our skull crushers. Tricep kickbacks if you want to stay standing today. Here we go. So slow lower and then lift. So I'm alternating this round because I'm definitely feeling my triceps today. And that's something to take into account. It's okay if you don't do both arms the whole time, or if you have to take a little rest. So maybe you're going heavier and you can only get 8, and then you have to rest, and then you can try to get a couple more. It's always about quality over quantity. 2 and 1. All right, we're gonna take both legs up. We're going to be in our crunch. And we're gonna do an alternating leg lower. So upper body goes down, one leg goes down, bring it back up and crunch. Take it down and then bring it back up. So lower and lift. I usually don't do both legs at the same time because a lot of times we wind up pushing out our tummies and doming because it's a little bit too challenging for a lot of people. There's nothing wrong with alternating and switching sides. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Shake it out. Give yourself a moment. You can take a breather. When you're ready, you can come up to a seated position, and then you can come to standing. I am just going to take a moment to put my equipment away. If you have space, you can just move your equipment off to the side. Move it so that you've got room to do your stretching. We're going to be on our backs today for our stretching. If you're not going to come to the floor and you want to stay up, then you just have a chair nearby. Or you can do this if you're in your, have a bed or a couch. You can a lot of times do these exercises doing that too. We're going to take it all the way down onto our backs. Left leg is straight. Right leg, we're going to pull the knee in towards the chest. You can grab in front of the knee. You can grab behind the thigh. It's whatever's comfortable. But your challenge is to not let that left leg pop up off of the floor. So if you're tight in your hips, a lot of times if you pull in on one leg, the other leg is going to pop up off of the floor because it's tight. So only pull in on that right leg as far as you can, keeping the left leg straight. Let's switch sides, same thing. Straighten out that right leg, try to keep it as flat to the floor as you possibly can, straight knee, and then pull that left knee in towards the chest. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch sides. We're gonna bring that left leg straight, right knee in towards the chest, but now we're going to bring it across the body. And we're gonna try to keep our right shoulder close to the floor and our right arm reaching out to the side. My right foot comes in contact with the floor, but my knee doesn't. But I'm keeping my chest and my torso pretty close to the floor. It's not perfect. I'm not flat, I'm not flush, but I'm just feeling a nice good stretch in my chest, my biceps, and my outer thighs. Release, bring it into the center, switching sides, right leg straight, left knee comes in, and then we pull it across the body. Let your body rotate over to the side, but then try to keep your left shoulder close to the floor. Open that arm out to the side, palm facing up. Nice good stretch, outer thigh and glute, chest, bicep, and a little bit of torso. And this one we're just gonna stretch and we're gonna hold. Bring it into the center. We're gonna pull both knees into the chest. And if you want to, you can pull yourself up, nose towards your knees, and you can give yourself a little bit of a hug, a little bit of a rounded spine, but again, up to you. And now we're going to come up to a kneeling position so you can roll to the side. You can rock yourself up. It's whatever feels better for you. Gonna come over onto hands and knees. We're just gonna sit back into a child's pose, reach those arms out. If you need to come to standing, since we were on our backs, give yourself a moment before you come to standing. And you can do this at an incline. Let's come back up to hands and knees. We're gonna do just a couple of hip cars, our hip circles. You can do this standing as well. Right leg, we're just gonna circle the hip up and around, and then we're gonna come back. So we're just gonna do about 3 of them. So up, out to the side, circle around. Core is braced, and it's not about the height, it's just about getting that nice good hip circle. Good, bring it in. We're gonna switch it to the other side. So it's up, out, rotate the hip, circle it back around. Good, we're gonna do one more. Out, rotate, circle. Good, let's take our knees a little bit wider, walk our hips back towards our heels. Now I want you to take your knees as wide as you can. And we're gonna take our hands a little bit forward. We're gonna kind of sit back into a frog position. If you're standing, you can sit and you're just gonna take your legs out wide and press those knees out, little inner thigh stretch. And then we're gonna come a little bit forwards and hold it. So we kind of look like a frog. We call this a little bit of a frog, little inner thigh. And then we're gonna come back. And again, just sit your hips back towards your heels. How wide your knees go is between you and your hips. Let's walk the hands back a little bit. Carefully bring those knees back in. We're gonna come up to a kneeling position, half kneeling, 1 foot in front. Tuck your tail, squeeze your glute. Little bit of a forward push, and we're gonna hold here today. If you're standing, do this in a standing position or sit sideways in your chair. This leg would be hanging off of the chair. This hand could be holding onto the back. Good, let's bring it in, switch it over to the other side. So half kneeling, tuck your tail, squeeze your glute, a little bit of a push forwards, and we're just gonna hold it. As long as you're feeling a stretch in the front of the hip, that's what we're going for. I don't expect everybody to get their knees over their toes. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that front leg, pull it back a little bit. We're gonna come up to a standing position. No judgments how you get there. Ribs tucked, bellies in, palms facing forwards. Give yourself a big breath and a pat on the back. And we're going to exhale, turn the palms to face behind you, and we're gonna try to reach towards our low back, maybe our mid back. It's up to you. Kind of depends on you and your shoulders. And I'm trying to imagine that the backs of my hands are running up and down a wall. So I know if we're really tight, sometimes, especially when we get to here, we bring the arms forwards. And if that's what you have to do, that's what you do. But I'm focusing on trying to keep my arms as open as I possibly can. Reaching back. This is our last one. Good, bring those arms down, thumbs pointing forwards, roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Good, now let's take our hands. We're going to flex our wrists like we're pushing down on a table. Keep the wrists flexed, keep the elbows straight, and again, shoulder rolls. Change direction. I feel this more in my left than I do my right. Bring it in, take the arms out to the side, same thing, reach those fingers back. We're gonna wash both walls in the hallway at the same time. So elbows are straight, wrists are flexed. Change direction. And I really feel this in my biceps and my middle finger. Good, let's bring those arms down, shoulders down, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up. We're gonna look to the right, look to the left. Bring it in the center, big breath in, spread your fingers, spread your toes. And exhale. Good, one more time, big breath in. And out, and you are all done.